G'day OWFsquad, welcome back to another Thursday trip report. Currently I'm on board a American Boeing 757 from Miami to Dallas Fort Worth, and after that I'm going to connect on to American's longest flight in the whole network from DFW to Hong Kong. It's going to be a very long flight. According to my best friend Google, the distance from Dallas Fort Worth to Hong Kong is 8,100 miles or 13,000 kilometers, and according to my plane ticket, it's going to take 16 hours and 50 minutes to get to Hong Kong. Now before we start our very long journey, let's enjoy this 757 landing into DFW. Welcome to Concourse C here at DFW. My AA757 flight disembarked here. My ultra long haul flight to Hong Kong will depart from Concourse D. For that reason, I'm going to take the Skylink train to Concourse D. The Skylink connects Concourse to Concourse here at DFW, and the view en route is amazing. You see lots of planes moving around. Welcome to Concourse D, where all international flights and some domestic US flights depart from. American Airlines' exciting flagship lounge here at Dallas Fort Worth opened in May 2019. Thanks to my OneWorld Sapphire status, I can enter the lounge today. Once we've entered the lounge, we received a very warm welcome from a lounge host. She then told us where the shower rooms are, where the dining area is, etc, etc. She really gave us a very good first impression to the lounge. We only got a biscuit on board our domestic flight from Miami, so we're very hungry right now. So our first stop is naturally the dining hall. Here's some wine to get you ready for this long day. Oh, there's even more alcohol here. Hands down, this is my favourite lounge. One of the coolest things about this lounge would have to be this Omelet Station. I'm a big fan of eggs if you don't know already, so this place is really a heaven to me. Here's the food selection at the buffet. There's scrambled eggs, pizza, fried rice, and some sushi. Hello. Welcome to American Airlines Flagship Lounge in Concourse D, Dallas Fort Worth. It's a very new lounge. It opened, I think, 2 months ago. This shower room is very huge. You got a mirror on the door. You got towels, the toilet seat, and you got the shower space in there, which again is massive. You got some American branded shower products. It's very nice in here. Another very cool thing about this lounge is that it's built along with a gate, so the lounge itself is long and narrow. As a result, wherever you go in the lounge, you get amazing tarmac views. The plane we're seeing right now is a American Boeing 777-300ER, and the destination is I don't know. One very interesting thing about US carriers is that there's no regulations about having the window blinds up during takeoff and landing. Our aircraft to Hong Kong today is parked right next to the flagship lounge, which is really convenient. It's a American Airlines Boeing 777-300ER and 733AR. It's 4-year-old today. Boarding is done by groups as usual, with a special announcement welcoming AA concierge key members to board first. So to board your plane, you don't need to show your boarding pass or your passport, literally just your face, because there's this special face recognition thing, but it wouldn't work for me. My face probably changed too much over the past year since I got my passport. Thank you. Welcome on board American 777. This is business class. In the middle you have premium economy, and finally down the back you've got 2 economy cabins or main cabin. My seat today is 32A, which is at the second row in the rear economy cabin. 32A is a main cabin extra seat. American Airlines charge you more for those seats because it offers more legroom. However, I got it for free with my OneWorld Sapphire status. God bless OneWorld. Here's a quick look into the cabin. The seat configuration here is in a standard 3-4-3. Every seat is about 16.5 inches wide and the seat pitch or legroom is about 31 inches, but my seat 32A, which is a main cabin extra seat, offers about 36 inches of legroom, which is 5 extra inches compared to a standard seat. Ready for you on this 17 hours flight is a pillow and a blanket. The pillow and blanket is frankly of bad quality even compared with other economy class on other airlines. However, the good thing is the pillow is quite soft, so when there's something bad about the flight, I can punch it really hard. I'll now quickly go through the seat features. You've got a touchscreen TV, and under that you've got a USB port and a universal power socket. Next to it you've got a remote controller for your TV. Further down you've got a tray table. You can fold it in half and also move it back and forth. You've got one seat pocket for everything. The legroom 36 inches is enormous. It really will make a difference for a long flight like this one. You've got a headrest which is adjustable and quite sturdy as well, which I like. We are in boarding group number 3 today because of OneWorld Sapphire. There are 9 boarding groups for this wide body jet. It's been about 15 minutes since I've boarded the plane and it's still quite empty at the back. After everybody has sat down, the crew came around the cabin and gave us menu card for this long flight. So after takeoff there'll be a lunch with 2 options. Halfway through the flight there'll be a snack, and before we land into Hong Kong we'll get some breakfast, and you've got 3 options. The selection of alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks is quite extensive. After the menu, the cabin crew came back again and gave us earphones.
Preparing to push back here shortly, but Maine has taken care of a couple of items for us. I'll have more information after takeoff concerning our flight. Welcome aboard.
First are on board today. If there's anything I or the rest of the crew can do to make your flight more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to call on us. Captain Doug Grissom is in command of our aircraft. He's assisted on the flight deck. Our first officer is Marcus Zablotny and Bruce Hildeway, and our relief captain, J.T. Murphy. Our flying time to Hong Kong will be 16 hours and 1 minute, cruising at an altitude of 35,000 feet. Your safety is very important to us at American. We're going to ask that you pause what you're doing for just a moment and watch the safety video located on the monitors throughout the cabin. Your attention, please.
First Officer First Officer Bruce and Relief Captain Murphy 由達拉斯機場飛往香港機場嘅飛行時間係所需要16小時零1分鐘。香港嘅天氣而家係87度，華氏39度攝氏。你嘅安全對我嚟講非常重要，所以請麻煩留意以下嘅安全指示，多謝。
是 Doug Grissom 和其他3位飞行员，分别是 Mark Bruce 和 Murphy。机长通知我们，从达拉斯沃斯堡前往香港，我们的飞行时间是16小时01分钟，飞行高度是3万英尺。现在香港的当地天气情况是晴朗，87华氏度，31摄氏度。现在我们即将为大家播放一段关于本班机Boeing 777-300型号的安全示范影片。在影片的播放过程当中，请不要使用洗手间，以免重播。谢谢各位的合作。
Hello everyone. Thank you for your attention. It's time to get you ready for takeoff. We know you have lots of choices, so thanks for choosing American. We're happy to be your airline. Now, if you'll just follow along with me, we'll be on our way. as a raft, except those over the wings. You'll find the exact location on your safety card. This aircraft is designed with escape lighting on.
之中，選擇乘搭 American 能為你服務我哋深入榮幸，只要按指示做好準備，我哋好快便可以起飛。
Very shortly after takeoff, we banked north-northeast towards Canada and the Arctic. Somewhere over the Arctic, we'll fly south-southeast towards Russia, Mongolia, China, and then finally Hong Kong.
AA.com/join to earn miles for today's flight and continue earning miles with our retail and travel partners.
So that was a very short ad about a American Airlines credit card, and now I'll just quickly show you the entertainment system on board. The touchscreen is quite easy to use, and there's quite a lot of movies to watch. One of the coolest things about the IFE would have to be this beverage list. You've already got this on the menu card, but here you can see exactly what it is, which I think is a really smart idea. The flight map system provides you with a lot of information about your flight, such as the remaining time and the flying altitude. It's also interactive, meaning you can zoom in and zoom out to wherever you want, like Google Earth. This 777 is also equipped with Wi-Fi. 2 hours for $12, 4 hours for $17, and for the whole flight, that is 16 hours and 1 minute, it will be $19. Although internet access is not free, you can stream TV shows for free, such as BBC News.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the captain once again passing 25,000 feet. Level off for initial cruising altitude of 30,000 feet.
A while after takeoff, the cabin crew started their service. First, you get a pack of pretzels, you get the drinks later. Surprisingly, on board American Airlines long-haul flight, you get a hot towel after takeoff. Although the towel quality is not as good as the one on Singapore Airlines or the ones you get in business class, it's still pretty good that they give it to you in economy. One thing I really like about the drink service on board American is that they always place the napkin on your table first and then they'll ask you what you want to drink. It looks really professional in my opinion. American serves some of the best Hong Kong milk tea in the skies. So there's gonna be some black tea, and instead of full cream milk, you'll get condensed milk, which is an important element in Hong Kong style milk tea. And the reason why American serves the best is that because even in Cathay Pacific business class, you get Hong Kong style milk tea in powder form, which is not real milk tea. This one tastes really bloody good. My mum ordered Bacardi rum with tonic water.
Would you like beef or tofu?
We'll have one each, please. So the lunch service followed not long after. There are two carts, one is for food, another is for drinks. So here's the meal, let's dive into it. This is tofu rice, it tasted as average as it looked. For drinks, I opted for sparkling water with lime flavour. Dessert, there's a chocolate mousse and a bottle of water. And how can we forget about the bun? It tasted like it's heated up in the oven in the Sahara Desert. Overall, this is a average airplane food. The air outside is quite rough during the first bits of our flight. Option number 2 is beef fried rice. This one tasted much better. It's actually tasty. Both the fried rice and beef were flavorful, and the beef was also pretty juicy. Another little nice touch about American Airlines is that when you order sparkling water, they'll give you ice and lime. Thank you very much. After we finished our food, the crew came back again to collect meal trays and offered us another round of drinks. I got Hong Kong milk tea again. The condensed milk is stuck at the bottom of the cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, please go back to your seat and fasten your seatbelt for your own safety. Thank you for your cooperation.
Hello, welcome to American Airlines Boeing 777-300ER Economy Class Lavatory Tour. You've got hand soap, paper cups, the sink, the bin, tissues, coat hook, yep, and then you've got the toilet seat, dirty floor. The space is okay, it's not overly cramped. The landscape outside is getting a bit icy, so it looks like we're over Canada. The view outside is really spectacular, but unfortunately the crew has requested us to close down the window blinds. Just a very personal and debatable opinion here, I really dislike the fact that we have to close down the window blinds for any flight. Not just because I want to look outside, but also having it down, it messes up my brain thinking it's dark outside so it's time to sleep, and that gives me jet lag. Throughout the flight there's a lot of crisp or potato chips that you can grab in the galley. We're now over the Arctic or northern Canada and the sun is setting. It's really cool that you can see the contrail from the engine. About 8 hours into the flight, we got a snack. The hot food we got is a margarita stromboli. It's basically like a sausage roll but with pizza filling. It's quite delicious in my opinion, but there can be less tomato in it. There's a dessert and it's a caramel flavoured gelato. I'm pleasantly surprised by American here that they served gelato instead of ice cream. It's usually more expensive than ice cream, but it tastes better and it's never rocky hard. For drinks, Mum opted for Jack Daniel's whiskey, and I went for sparkling water with lime flavour again. After this mid-flight service, I slept for about 4 or 5 hours. So I slept really well, and now there's about 3 more hours to go. The sun is back up, and now we're over mainland China. There are 2 things that I really like about this seat. Number 1, it's obviously the legroom, 36 inches, really good, I slept really well. Another thing is that the universal power socket is located in front of you, rather than under the seat that you have to share with your neighbour. There's a lot of flying restrictions over mainland China, that's why we're banking a lot of times while making our approach into Hong Kong. With about 2 hours to go, the crew came again and offered us breakfast. So here we have our breakfast. It's 3 in the afternoon in Hong Kong. So I opted for the American breakfast. There's a turkey bacon, hash brown, scrambled eggs, tomato and mushrooms. My mum opted for the dim sum and noodles. On the meal tray you've also got a blueberry bar and also a yogurt. The blueberry bar tasted alright. For the yogurt, you've got a pack of granola to mix it with. This is quite interesting I thought, because most of the time I get fruit flavoured yogurt like strawberry yogurt or blueberry yogurt. For drinks I went for the good old Hong Kong style milk tea.
Hong Kong in less than 1 hour. In just a few minutes, the flight attendants will be coming through first and business class to pick up your bags, holders, and headsets. If you just hand us the headsets and the cases separately, we'd be more than happy to put them together for you. For all of our customers, in a few minutes, we'll be coming through with Hong Kong immigration forms.
Some scattered clouds, temperature 33 degrees Celsius, 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Currently 3:30 in the afternoon. We should be landing to the west in about 30 minutes. On-time arrival. I'd like to thank you all for choosing and flying American Airlines today. We hope you enjoyed your flight. Have a great evening. Thank you once again.
We are now slowly descending into Hong Kong Chulalongkorn International Airport after 16 hours, so let's quickly conclude this ultra long haul flight right here, right now. I'll begin with the Flagship lounge at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport Concourse D. It's a very nice lounge. It is massive with natural lights, it's got a lot of alcohol, it's got a Omelet Station, the shower room was very spacious and big, and last but not least, all the staff inside were very friendly and welcoming. Once on board, we received an unusual welcome from an American cabin crew. Throughout the flight, the crew weren't really engaging with the passengers, they weren't smiling. During the service, they wouldn't say things like "how are you" or "hi". The only good thing from that was that the service was quick and efficient. Although the crew seemed a bit cold during the service, they actually weren't. I was sitting at the second row of my cabin, and I saw that the cabin crew initiated conversations with the passengers sitting at the front row. They were talking about things like how long they've worked for AA, where are they going, and so on. Now to the food and beverages. The first meal I got was quite disappointing. Tofu rice was tasteless. although it was meant to be tasteless, but it was way too tasteless. Also, the bun tasted like sand, it was really dry. The other option was way better though, beef fried rice, that was delicious. The meat flight snack was okay. The American breakfast and also the dim sum egg noodle were both really tasty. There are some nice touches that I like about American Airlines food and beverages. One of that of course has to be the Hong Kong style milk tea. It's simply the best and realest that I've tasted in the skies. Another thing is that I like that they give you ice and lime or lemon when you order cold drinks. The gelato was really soft and delicious, much better than ice cream. Gelato is also usually more expensive as well, so I was quite surprised that American Airlines gave us that. Same goes for the granola yogurt. That one is usually also more expensive than strawberry flavoured or blueberry yogurt, so I was totally pleasantly surprised. Now I'll talk about the seat. The comfort you can get from a 343 configured Boeing 777 economy class is quite minimal. Fortunately, I was in the main cabin extra with 5 extra inches of legroom, so it was quite comfortable, not too bad. And finally, for your information, flying return from Dallas Fort Worth to Hong Kong, which is American's longest flight, 16 hours and 15 minutes, would cost you about $1,030 return. And from memory, choosing a main cabin extra seat would cost you $100 one way, but I got it for free with my OneWorld Sapphire card. So that's it for the conclusion today. Thanks very much for watching this trip report of the longest flight that I've ever been on. I really hope that you enjoyed this one. Now here we are, OWFsquad. Please share your journey with me with this hashtag on Instagram. Please spend some teeny tiny little bit of time to like this video, comment down below, I'll definitely reply to you, and also share this video with your aviation friends. Did you know only about 11% of you watching this video have subscribed to my channel? That number is really low, saying that 89% of you watching this haven't subscribed. I would really appreciate if you go subscribe right now. I upload a new trip report every Thursday, 12 PM Hong Kong time. See you again.
Seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is turned off. And keep the aisles clear of all carry-on items. Take a moment to check your seat back pocket for any personal items, like tablets and cell phones. When you open the overhead compartment, be careful, as items may have moved in flight. And thank you for choosing American Airlines.
喺安全帶熄滅前，請喺座位上坐好，扣好安全帶，保持通道暢通。請仔細檢查衣袋，確認冇遺留任何個人物品，例如平板電腦或者手機。但係可能會喺中唔同位置。打開行李架嗰陣請小心。多謝你選擇乘搭美國航空。First to welcome you to Hong Kong. Local time is about 5 minutes in front of 4 in the afternoon. On behalf of your entire Dallas-Fort Worth-based flight crew, it's been a pleasure being of service to you today. Once again, we thank you for choosing to fly American Airlines. We wish you a pleasant afternoon.
歡迎嚟到香港嘅當地時間嘅下晝3點55分。為咗你哋嘅安全，請你保持喺座位上面，直到安全帶信號燈熄滅為止。落機時候唔好忘記你哋嘅所有手提行李。我謹代表全體機組人員美國航空公司，多謝你乘搭我哋班機嚟到香港，希望好快又可以為你服務。多謝，再見。
女士们、先生们，欢迎抵达香港国际机场。现在当地时间是10月1号下午 4点钟。现在请各位继续座位，不要站起来移动。当安全指示灯熄灭，飞机停稳以后，您才可以站起来移动您的行李。当你打开上面的行李柜时，请特别小心，因为行李在飞行当中会发生移动，以免掉下来伤害您和别的客人。在你离开飞机之前，请务必检查衣袋中上面的行李柜、你的前方椅子下方，不要遗忘任何携带的物品。我代表美国航空公司和道拉斯的机组人员再次欢迎你搭乘我们的航班，希望在不久的将来再有机会为您服务。谢谢，再见。
Bye bye. Hello there, thanks very much for watching my American Airlines trip report from DFW to Hong Kong. I hope that you enjoyed that one, and now I'm going to do Q&A. As per usual, 3 questions from a patron, a Instagram follower and a Snapchat follower. So here's one from Diane, a patron. Is Lufthansa a 5-star airline? Skytrax or Scantrax? Low. So I have a really low standard, so Lufthansa or even British Airways, it's 5-star for me. So as long as the crew, they're nice, they're friendly, they're smiling throughout the flight, it's a 5-star airline in my heart. But one thing with Lufthansa is that I found that they have terrible ground management from my trip last month. I did Barcelona to Toronto. At Barcelona, the ground people weren't quite friendly. There was a hand luggage situation on board, so there weren't enough space in the overhead locker. The crew could have really checked them in, but they didn't do it. At Frankfurt, our flight was delayed by an hour after we haven't boarded the plane, but we scanned the boarding pass and we were put into a waiting room. There weren't enough chairs there, no toilets and no refreshment, and most importantly, no announcement about the delay. That was really bad for a national carrier, especially operating from Frankfurt. So Scantrax probably. So question number 2 from CKKF87 on Instagram. Which airlines do you want to fly with next? Many. I want to fly with EVA from Taiwan, Air New Zealand, Delta, All Nippon Airways, Asiana, Qatar Airways, South African. I've tried some of those before. I started my channel, but I want to review them. I want to fly them again. Yeah. The last question is from Snapchat. Do you have any airline credit cards? In Hong Kong, I have a credit card with Bank of East Asia, but it's not really a airline credit card. But with that credit card, I can accumulate points, and the points with a bank can be transferred into Asia Miles. That's with Cathay Pacific. In Australia, I have travel cards with Virgin Australia, so it's not really a credit card, it's a card that I put money in and I spend it like an Octopus card in Hong Kong. I also have a Bankwest debit card in Australia. It's with Qantas, so it's a Qantas Bankwest debit card. It's quite good. You get money with saving, and I think you get 3 points for every purchase you make. So you buy a 15-cent plastic bag in Coles or Woolies, you get 3 points. You buy a plane ticket for $2,000, you get 3 points. So spend less, get more points. Thanks very much for watching this Q&A, and see you again next week. Bye bye.
Würden Sie bitte erneut vorsichtig beim Öffnen der Gepäckablage Gegenstände ausfallen können. 4 Zeit möchten uns hier am Flughafen 12 Minuten von Ihnen verabschieden. Wir